Welcome to Face Live Talk Show. My guest today is Sharma, Vice President of FIA New England. She's fearless and compassionate community organizer associated with finance industry and New York life. Next guest for today's show is Gaurav Dixit. He is community chair in FIA. Also, he is software professional and volunteers for several organizations, including Seva International, Indian Society of Worcester, and of course, FIA. We also have with us sports chair of FIA, Deepak Sharma. He is robotic engineer by profession, of course. He volunteers in different community services and contributes to strengthen and serve the community. So here we have strong pillars of FIA. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rashmi.
Thank you.
It's an honor to be part of this program.
It's honor to have all of you with us, and of course you all are doing great job, and we all really wanted a lot of people to be aware of what is happening in FIA because you people are doing commendable work, and I really wanted to thank you on behalf of everyone. So Shova ji, let's start with you. I would like to know about you, आपका जो FIA का काम है, about your profession, how you are handling, and of course few words for our viewers also.
Thank you so much, Rashmi, for a great question. As you know, my name is Shova Sharma. I'm from financial background, but at the same time, like Deepak ji and Gaurav ji, I'm part of Seva International, another non-profit organization. So I want to be part, serve our community. So that's why I'm part of FIA. So that's how our journey started. We were doing, before FIA also, we were doing Indo-American community services. There were other programs we were doing. And then we started with all same goals. We all have same goals to serve community. So that's why the FIA started as, so we launched FIA New England chapter last year. And we have done a lot of programs.
Awesome. So of course आपसे और भी बहुत कुछ जानना चाहेंगे. Let's talk to Gaurav ji. Gaurav ji, we would like to know कि आप FIA से कैसे जुड़े? And of course, I know you are a software professional. You must be having a lot of workload, but still you're always there to serve your community.
Yeah, sure. So namaskar everyone. So yeah, as you mentioned, I am a software professional by profession, my day job. But at my heart, I am a just community worker. I just like to serve the community. I am connected to so many volunteer organizations, and I try to help people through various organizations as well as through my personal capacity. So when the FIA started in this area, they started doing lots of great work, and they were everywhere. And I was already associated with the Seva International. But once I noticed like these people, they are really passionate about whatever they are doing, and they are doing at a bigger scale, and their cause is much bigger than just serving the very small community and some individual people. So I just got associated with them, and I am just trying to help them whatever I can to progress their agenda.
Thank you so much, Gaurav ji. Thank you. And of course, we have Deepak ji. He is sports chair and FIA. Deepak ji, आपसे भी जानना चाहेंगे कि how and what make you felt like that, yes, I want to be there for servicing our community.
Thank you for having me. So the journey is long. It started long back. Even with my father, we used to do lots of volunteer works, meet people. This is what I feel, and this is we are taught that individual capacity, everyone has a responsibility as a father, as a mother, as a son, daughter.
Absolutely.
We have our individual responsibilities. That's okay. But with people makes a bigger group, a community, a nation. So when you're part of it, you have some responsibility towards that. You meet people. Sometimes you see there are people who needs others. They have issues. It could be social. It could be any other issues. As a community, if we are together, we can address together. So. But the problem is sometimes people don't know who to reach.
Yes,
there are many organizations at communal level, could be religious, could be any community who belongs to a particular subgroup. So when this idea of FIA came up, it was not just for individual capacity or individual community, it was for the whole local bodies. For example, if you are going to a civic person, who to meet, there are, some circumstances where, person needs some assistance, but he could not reach out to the higher authorities. So there were some individuals who were helping them. But then this organization, the idea was if we all come together, they all have their networks, they have their own individual strengths. So if you all come together, it can help them in a bigger picture, For example, somebody wants to go to India. We are abroad, we are in USA, but we have all so many rituals. Some person wants to go to India and they are stuck here. The whole paperwork, the whole communication is very tedious. So this organization and such organizations, what they do, they help those people who needs them. They connect to the right people. There is a communication channel. You cannot directly talk to the normal citizens, right? You and me. But when these people comes together, they help them. There will be a timeliness also. So this was the motivation that we all, when we join hands, everything becomes easier for everyone. And then people, they feel actually grateful to their nation also that there are such people who are not beyond their capacity. They're helping others. So my motivation was, if individual capacity, everyone is doing why don't I join this organization who is doing already great, and probably I can help them. And then one thing I would like to conclude that there is a seva bhav. We are not just calling it a help. We are calling it with a seva bhav. So difference between help is when I'm helping someone, you're saying, oh, somebody needs something, let me help them. And that person is the receiver. But in seva bhav, I am the one who is more benefited, because I am having a good kind of feeling that you cannot get it just by helping them, but by being humble, being part of a community that is serving. And that's what the whole motivation is, serving everyone while having the seva bhav.
Very well explained and beautifully said. Super. So I really want to know from you, Shova ji, that you are vice president of FIA. आप इस पोजीशन पे कैसे पहुंची और इसके लिए आपने क्या क्या किया, and how they selected you as a vice president of FIA?
What a great question. I'm also thinking how they selected me. Still, I don't know. Like they all decided, I should be a vice president. First, I would really want to talk about what is FIA.
Yeah.
I think I forgot to mention. I was talking about my background, how I was part of this, because Federation of Indian Association is one of the largest organization in this USA, based in the community, right?
Absolutely.
That's one thing very important for me. It's number one. Second thing is, it's under this organization, there are 250 other organizations associated. So among them, we all are part of all these other nonprofit organizations already. So we know where we are going. It's like a small river is becoming a one, like big sea, right? It's like every drop of water become an ocean, same thing. So 250 organization is part of this. So that's how in each organization, if you see, there are already a lot of volunteers, right? So that's how, I'm part of few organizations. Everybody in this, if you see in this this FIA chair, board of members, everybody is part of other few, or at least I can see at least 5 organizations. So basically, we are just gathering our community together, and that's very important. And FIA, so that's where we. Now we have a New England chapter. So we are just not about Massachusetts. We are covering all 5 states, right? So that's how this New England chapter established. So actually how we are chosen, I don't know about Deepak ji and Gaurav ji. We don't know, because we are already being, like I said, we are already doing a lot of volunteer work. Before this also, we have done other programs, other projects together. So the entire team came with who will be vice president, who will be president, and mostly everybody, we all need a leader who can lead us, right? So Abhishek Singh is president here, and he is connected actually with most of everyone here. with the FIA team. And so that's how, this entire thing established. Like I think we all see him as a leader. And, we all decided basically from our heart, like he should be a president. And I don't know about mine, how they selected me a vice president. They know, right? But I'm blessed and I'm doing my best, whatever I can to, help my community. And we are doing a lot of programs through this one. And one thing, FIA New England chapter, I know FIA main is doing a lot of things. I'm more focused on FIA New England chapter. I want to talk about is bridge gap between the government and the local community. That's the thing we are doing, because people are suffering from visa, because, during pandemic, a lot of people want to visit their families in India. They don't know what to do. They want to call, it's not possible. So that's how we came with the plan. Let's do something for community, like which individual is not able to do it. And actually, it's very, I know we are very in time strain, but I'll share this story. It touched my heart, and I think it touched a lot of people's heart. We thought to do visa camp, everybody's family suffering here and there, right, during COVID. And when we found out about oh my God, visa is a big issue to go to India and take care of families, and somebody has need OCI, passport renewals, all these things. And we thought, why not to bring government to our place here, right? So the, Abhishek and, everybody is supported, and the Consul General and his team, a big shout out to him. Thank you so much what he did. Jaiswalji and his entire team came to Massachusetts, and he served. We thought to serve 500 families. That was our goal because of, government rules and regulations we have to follow as being part of, FIA. But our team is amazing. I'm so proud of my team. I don't know how they were able to do 1,000 family, rolling. The government says only 500 family we were able to help, but they, Deepak ji, Gaurav ji, everybody have their own skills, and the entire team have their own skills they brought together, and they came with the idea, why not to put in a car, right? So once the family gone, the other family came. So so we follow the government protocol. At the same time, we helped double community, and that's the biggest thing happened during COVID. It's very emotional story. I really want to share. Lot of family with special need families came to last moment. They thought 500 families, 500 people can gather together. They were concerned because they have a lot of challenges with their health. So our team came with the idea, why not to put them in a, they were in a car, and they will get a text, and then only they can come. So, it was very well organized program. And the moment, during COVID, our volunteers, Deepak ji said, really support that thing. What he's saying is it's not just we want to help. We just, it should come from your heart. We are also risking our life, but we came with the best plan, with best skill. Instead of 500 families, how to help 1,000 families, right? So these are the biggest thing. We have been here for 1 year, but we have done the biggest thing here. We have done a biggest Republican Day in Rhode Island. If you see light up the tricolor, while I was driving, I was like, oh my God, the house was light up in Rhode Island. Everybody's talking about it. It was we are small group. We work really hard together. We have great team, but we do a big thing. Though we are small, but we are a small group of people now, but we do bigger thing.
Beautiful. And you're amazing channel between India and USA, of course. So, Deepak ji and Gaurav ji, मैं आप लोगों से भी जानना चाहूँगी. Let's start with Gaurav ji. What are your duties when you are on this position you are a community chair? So I really want to know about that.
Yeah, sure, Rashmi ji. So one thing I need to add about Shova ji, how she got elected, what were her qualification for the vice presidentship. She was a very successful businesswoman, known in the entire area, all these different organizations. So she had outreach, even if you go back in time 3-4 years, she knew entire community, organizations, people, and she was connected to everyone. So when we were discussing about all these, how to structure, her name came naturally, she is the so she was becoming humble and saying, no, I don't know how. But she was one of the most deserving candidate. and even going forward, she is going to be the best asset of our team.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Proud
for
of you,
myself,
Shobaji.
yeah. Just Shobaji, I had to
Amazing.
set this straight. And my typical duties are, or means responsibility. Everybody is doing everything actually. It's not like there is not a separation of duty and not much bureaucracy. We are all work as a family. And as
Yes.
Deepak ji mentioned, this is selfless service.
Yes, absolutely.
So separation of duty comes in picture when we have some risk and reward and how much work and how much reward we are getting. So we don't have that concept here. So the typically for as a community chair means I try to outreach to different elected officials, selectmen, and senator, state representative, and apprise them what we are trying to do, and also reaching out to different organizations to bring them under the FIA umbrella. So yeah, these are the typical duty. And obviously, when the things come, whenever we do any event or any activity, everything we have to start from scratch. Then whatever fall on anybody's plate, people just do it without thinking like how much time or effort we need to spend on that thing. So that's what I typically do.
Okay, so what all are the events you are organizing under this FIA?
So in the past, we have organized some very India-specific events, such as our Independence Day in the Rhode Island State House. That was and we flew the biggest flag ever flown, Indian flag, 1,200 square feet. Indian flag in the Rhode Island State House for 7 days. We lit the State House building in the tricolor. So that type of things we do. And then when the COVID happens, we did lots of food drives and like visa camp. During the middle of COVID, people were having issues getting the visa and traveling to New York for getting visa. We have organized that. And so these type of activity we do. When the 9/11 memorial comes, we organize the big community, and in our town, we did a remembrance service. And there was a terrorist attack happened in Kabul. 13 US servicemen died. So we did their memorial service. So it's not like we are doing anything specific to India. Our more focus is just to share our culture, raise our concern, and showcase our contribution to the society. We are imagining a future when we are not called Indian Americans. We just need to be called American. These are mainstream part of society. They are Americans. And it looks like a very high achieving goal. But obviously, we are trying to build a big building and one brick at a time. So every event we do, every activity we do, we are just putting a one brick. And hopefully in our lifetime, we will have a situation when our kids are not called the American Indian. They are just American. And we will be part of the mainstream society. So all these things. And one thing we are doing, we are adopting lots of highways. So when we adopt the highway, anybody who is 11 years or older can come and join us. So we try to take our kids with the Adopt a Highway program. And those kids, they will have the feeling once they pass to those roads, they will say, oh yes, me and my dad or my mom, they cleaned this road. This belongs to us. So once they have that type of attachment to a road or a place or a society, that's how they will feel more and more connected, because they will have a feel of ownership.
Yes.
So we are serving our environment, ecosystem. At the same time, we are teaching our kids and community, yes, we are part of the society. We also need to do the cleanup. So these type of activities we are doing, whatever we can find. And the end goal is always remain. We need to bring Americans and Indian society together. We don't want to have any gap in the end. That's our end goal.
Fantastic, fantastic. Good to know. And of course, our reviewers must be really enjoying, because they really wanted some more information and they really want to connect with FIA. And FIA is something like people really want to connect. And of course, as Deepak was mentioning, ki seva karne ka jo bhav hai, of course, that's great. And the way you were talking, it really showcased so well. इट्स गुड टू नो. और मैं भी सबसे यही कहना चाहूँगी कि अपने लिए तो सभी करते हैं, लेकिन दूसरों के लिए करना भी हमें आना चाहिए. उनके लिए खुश होना वो बहुत बड़ी बात है. और FIA के हर सदस्य में मुझे वो दिखता है. That's great, and it's so nice actually, and I really feel that that is the reason people feel so connected with all of you. So Deepak ji would like to know, you are of course sports chair, and what are your activities and duties and what you are doing. We would like to know more about you also.
Sure, Rashmi. So, like we say, if health is wealth, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So health is definitely very important for us.
Yes.
If you're not healthy, if your body is not healthy, you might not be able to focus or concentrate on anything. You might not be able to do any job, any kind, even your personal job. So for the sake of our sanity of our brain, our body, this is also a very important area we should concentrate and focus. Everyone, including you, me, and anyone of any age, we should be focusing. So first of all, what we try to do is we need to showcase good examples of healthy lifestyles. Yoga is one of those core principles, and this is a part of our ancient civilization till
Absolutely.
today. Yeah, and I would like to tell you one more important or interesting thing about USA. USA has so many core principles. One of them is their practices, like they want to be healthy. Yoga is part of American society now, and you can proudly say and admit it that yoga is American way too. So that is also very important, kind of piece that brings those two communities together, Indian subcontinent as a whole and Americans. They are all together in this kind of new era where people are more concerned about their health than anything else. I mean, it's a materialistic world. I understand people are busy in their busy life. But then when you start such kind of initiative, people will join hands. So one of the initiatives we had, there were a couple of them. One was Yogathon, where, including Modi ji's government is doing amazing job introducing this to the whole world. So Yogathon is one where the whole community, they do Surya Namaskar for whole 15 days. And they even continue for weeks after them, because they are too into it. They feel even better. Once you're doing a good exercise or having a healthy habit, you start feeling better, and then you can perform, I think, your day-to-day jobs better. So that was one initiative. Then marathon is very prominent. I mean, all across the globe, you can see people come to join in Boston Marathon. There was a mishap, but still, Boston Marathon is one of the most prominent, you can say, in human history, the sport event. So under FIA umbrella, what we did, sometimes we need to outreach to people. At the same times, people should be recognizing us for our good deeds if we can perform any. So during marathon, they do need some volunteers. There are thousands of runners who are running across the roads and they're tired. They need motivations. It doesn't matter you're just handing them a small drink. Even you just cheer for them. Just say, keep going, keep going. You get the boost. And when you see a community coming together, holding American and Indian flags, they feel so proud. So this was one of the initiatives. And even during COVID, there were lots of precautions, and then protocols were really, really, you can say, those runners or marathons, some people chose to go virtual, but many chose to go in person. So it was a hard time for the law enforcement agencies or security agencies or anybody who was volunteering them to handle those. So FIA sent all the volunteers there, and they were there whole day just helping them. Other than that, there are many future initiatives and plans where we want to bring all age groups. It's not, just a marathon is for, you can say, athletes, but there are other sectors where you have youngers or all generations. So we do like chair yoga, we do early morning yoga, we teach community. If there is another way we can, keep up with the regular day-to-day life where they are working, but they're still, part of some healthy habits. So we have some initiatives. So, I mean, like Shova, you said, our community leader, Abhishek Singh, he always advocate sports. He himself is a good sports person. So I would say it's natural for them. And then we also try to advocate sometimes, there are Indian government who is advocating, there is Ayurveda, there are so you can say, lost in transition, their health and mindfulness activities. So we try to advocate that as well. And like, also Gaurav ji said, when American children, they also see this, they also, connect with us. And then our children also become the mainstream. They're not just doing something that is taboo. They actually like it, and then they would like to, participate as well on those activities. So overall, I can say these volunteer groups, even we are volunteer, it's non-profitable, but still it's doing a major role, connecting all those missing dots, and then, bringing these communities together.
Good to know. And of course, yoga is mool mantra of fitness. You're absolutely right. And this has really helped us during this pandemic. Yoga was really beneficial for everyone. So good to know. And
something, if you don't
Shova
mind.
ji, आपसे मैं जानना चाहूंगी that is your calendar planned for the year? Like what all will be happening under your organization?
Like Deepak ji said, like we have a lot of plans going on. So definitely one, adopt a highway and sports. Like, we were, like Deepak said, mentally, and we want to keep our like next generation mentally and physically active, right? Both things are equally important. So, and community-based services, right? So a lot of our kids, our second generation kids are coming and volunteer with us. And one question you asked me, and I thought, like, what's you do in Vice President? Like here, our organization a little bit organized in different pattern than regular, like president's supposed to do this. It's not like that here.
Okay.
Like being Avishek will sometimes pick up the chair, sometimes Gaurav ji, we do everything. It's like this is our family event, that kind of environment we have. And most important thing is we are trying to empower our next generation.
Okay.
See, because we want to teach them, they are brought up in USA, we have that tradition, but at the same time, we have a root in India or, South Asia. So we want to, so whenever we do event, you see our cultural programs are there. So kids see what are the cultural programs, what their roots are. At the same time, we are doing marathon here. So, we are trying to empower our kids and try to, take everything together and, bring to different level now, right? So that's the goal of FIA, and bridge gap between India and USA. We are trying to be creating a bridge. So, anything we do, mostly FIA programs, we do, through, I see FIA is doing a lot of programs related to government stuff also.
Okay. Can you be a little bit more elaborative? We would like to know more on that.
Like we talk about the visa camp, and there are, we talk about like vaccination, we did it. Vaccination, I think, I thought we missed to say that. During COVID time, visa camp, these are the important things. And like Indian Independence Day, Republican Day. In Republican Day, there is a lot of misconception going on. I don't want to go through the all politics things, but I'm going to tell you one thing is, I was so impressed, like when we did FIA Republican Day, all the religious people were there, all different culture, they celebrate, but they all were hosting one flag, Indian flag. That was like so emotional to me. Like, no matter people make noises, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we all are same. Those things I saw in the Republican Day. That was
India is known for unity and diversity, of course.
Exactly.
Shova, I can add something. So one thing, like you mentioned, like in our agenda, but means she said we do things little differently, not in the traditional way. So one thing we do, whatever event we do, we always have some American elected officials part of the event, like Governor of Rhode Island, Mayor of Providence, a senator, congressman, state senator, state representative, mayors, or police chief, fire chief. We always have some representation. We always have Indian national anthem, American national anthem, and every single event. We always put India and American flag together all the time, just to show our kids, so our kids also feel comfortable and participating in those events. And as far as the other events are concerned, like the Adopt a Highway program, that's ongoing. 21 times in a year we have to, because 6-7 months we cannot do any work on the highways because of the snow and everything. But in the summertime and fall, 21 times we have to clean the highway. So that's the one activity, ongoing activity. Whenever we have nothing big plan. So during the weekend, people go have exercise, clean the highway, save the environment, and make your kids too. Because the kids, if they work in the road cleanup, they are never going to make any mess on anywhere.
Yes.
Because they know what does it take to clean a road. And they will feel like obviously connected to the land where they are picking the stuff from the roadside. So our events, and based on the whatever some of the events we plan, they just come unexpectedly to us, such as the visa camp. And one thing we did, we sent lots of concentrator to India during the COVID-19. So that was unplanned, but we were able to find out and how to get it, how to raise fund, and we sent the concentrators to India. So that was other things we did. And yeah, so few of the things. Another thing, like election is happening in UP.
Yeah.
So we are not in any political party. We are not supporting any community, no nothing. We just call voters, say, yes, go vote. And sometimes people ask us when we call them, okay, you are telling me, do you know who to vote? We say, nope, that's not our job. You sit with your family, friends, and whoever you trust, talk to them and see who is the best candidate in your constituency. It's your decision, your vote. Constitution has given you the right to decide, you decide. But we are encouraging you, because the voting percent in India is about 60%, 65%, that's the maximum.
Yeah.
So we are just trying to bump it up. So all the volunteers, Deepak ji, me, Abhishek ji, we just have time, we just call to different voters and getting the voter list from the Government of India website. And we just try to encourage voters, just go vote and vote for the right candidate, whoever is the best you feel. Don't just vote based on some community or some party or some leadership. So that's the other thing. So these are the things are not pre-planned. Whenever we see any need where we can improve, we can use our labor and time and effort and improve the situation in any way, we just go ahead and do it. So we don't have any fixed agenda or pattern.
Fantastic. Yeah. So I should say, Shova ji, if you have amazing team, your team is very strong, I'll say. You all are well connected with each other, and the way you support each other is very inspiring. So, but I do have a question for Gaurav ji. I think so maybe you can answer, or Deepak ji. One of our viewers want to know, what do you have to say about not so good things being said about Indian Constitution recently?
So, Deepak, you want to go first, or I can go ahead?
No, you can go ahead. But yeah, I would like to say something. See, constitution or a country or a community, it came far. I mean, if you look at back history, there were lots of, you can say, civilizations, good thing or bad things. You know, nothing is perfect. Neither a country is perfect or civilization, culture or anything. They all have plus and minuses.
Absolutely.
We learn from our past or history, and the only thing we would say we learned from history is we never learned from history.
Yes.
That I can see.
Absolutely.
So if you look at the current trend, if people are upset, not everyone is upset. There is no voting system that can say how many people are upset. If Facebook or Twitter is saying people are upset, it's just one of the people. Just like if you buy something online, people don't like it. The only people who don't like it probably gonna put a negative comment about it. Most people don't appreciate good things, right? So you neglect it. So same thing is happening right now. Some of the laws, those lawmakers, they're not kids, they're not child. They know laws, they know people, they know psychology, they know how the society works, how the system works. Sometimes we need to trust them. We have world's largest constitution. It took more than 2 years, right? 2 years, 11 months. During this time, not one team, but many people, many teams tirelessly worked and they made this, but we need to improve it. Some people, they were improving it. If one portion of the committee doesn't like it, it means there is a flaw. The only thing we can do it probably is to fix it rather than opposing it or just saying it, bad naming it. Once you say bad words, you're not just representing your community, you're representing your whole country. So just don't put a bad name, to the world. People are watching you. I would say if you don't like it, there are different representatives. You reach out to them, you give your opinion. There are people who are literally listening. You go online and then you can simply text and there is a FIA lodge, right? So this This government has connected you digitally. You don't have to go personally anywhere. But when you bad mouth it, probably it's gonna give wrong impression about it. I mean, we don't want to quote other countries now. That's not our excuse that this is not happening in other countries, so we have a right. But the same thing happened in different countries. They could not handle it. India, I would say proudly, Bharat, the government, they definitely handled it properly, way better than others. The only thing is some people are upset. It doesn't mean things are wrong.
Yeah.
That's I would say. Gaurav, you can give more details.
Yeah, and the people who criticize the constitution, they forget the part. The same constitution gave them the right to criticize the government. The criticizing the government is not a fundamental universal right which everybody in the world have. There are 60, 70 countries where you cannot even utter a single word. So when you are criticizing the constitution, you should be appreciating it at the same time. Yes, I am empowered to criticize the government or anyone or prime minister or president and still go ahead and sleep in my home without even fearing in the secret service will come in the night and pick me and my family forever. So that's the case. And second thing, some people, they have a malicious agenda to say bad thing about India. As we all know, India is a republic. Governed, the operating document is the constitution. Indian constitution is every law, every amendment is subject to judicial review. That's same as in the US. The basic structure, the basic rights of the constitution, even they cannot be changed. Even nothing in the constitution which cannot be put for the judicial review. But if the people have problem with they think a section of the constitution is discriminatory or doing something bad or something, they can always put in front of the Supreme Court, and that works independent of the government. This is very good thing in India. Judiciary does not function under the parliament, so they can get it review and get this resolved. Yeah. The people, when they talk about bad thing in India, they don't give the example, not the exact section. They say government is doing this, government is doing this. Who is stopping you to approach the court and get it fixed? Going on Twitter and Facebook is not going to fix anything. It will just produce a bad image of the country. That's what you are trying to do. Yes. If you really want to do, you know where the Supreme Court is, and just go and file the review petition for anything if you see discriminatory is happening with the government. And in my opinion, once you cross the border of the country, you cease to become a politician or anyone. When you are inside the border, you do all the politics. Once you are out of the border, if you are in international media or any type of international forum, you should be talking about the country, representing the country in the best possible way. So that's my opinion, and people are doing, and this is not something new. Yeah. This is happening for like hundreds of, not hundred, like since ever. Yes, absolutely. And it will keep continue. Our focus is to present the correct picture. That's why we involve lots and lots of lawmakers, so they can see firsthand what we are trying to do and what we are contributing to the society, and they can appreciate Indian organization. And so that's the one thing. So what negative things they are doing, we are just doing the opposite to bring the positivity in the relationship and image.
Good to know. Thank you so much for clarifying this. And of course, Shovaji, I just want to know one more thing, because a lot of people want to connect with FIA, and can you tell us the procedure, like how it works, how they can connect, and of course, how their journey grows? Please let us know about that.
Thank you so much. We have a FIA team members. We have a FIA website. They can reach out, go to our website, and they can connect with any of us, and they can start doing volunteer and see how, what the most important thing, like this organization is, they can help us in any ways. It's not like during, a lot of people say, I want to help, but this is COVID time. I don't want to come physically. I'm like, we don't have to come physically. There are, technical stuff. They can help us with a computer, right? Or there are, social media part. There are a lot of things that can help us. So please reach us out. You can reach out to any of FIA team. Abhishek Singh is president. I'm vice president. Sanjay Gokhale ji, vice president, like, Deepak ji, Gaurav ji, anybody, you can reach out to us. And you can, even the kids, mostly I want to talk about kids, because this country always teach us, not only country, like, everybody teach us like how to get, but nobody teach us how to give, right? Give is the thing we have to teach our kids. That's the thing that will give them mental peace, right?
Absolutely.
So that's like, we even accept our youth volunteers if they want to come and help us, like, mostly our kids, mine, Deepak ji, Gaurav ji, everybody's kids, our kids also helping, and they are bringing their friends. But we want more young youth generation to join us and help us, so we can do more bigger projects.
Good to know. That's really nice, and it was a very informative session for our viewers also. And of course, I know this duration is very small to know more about you. You all are doing amazing work, and of course, to be a giver is a big thing. जैसे कि शोभा जी आप कह रहे हैं कि अपने लिए तो सब करते हैं, and I totally agree with that. दूसरों के लिए करना हमें आना चाहिए, and that's what all of you are doing.
Nobody teach you. There is no school you go, like they always say how to be doctor, how to be engineer, how to get money, but they never say how to give, right? Yes. So I think community services is very important for kids.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for being there for everyone. So, of course, we will have one more session with our FIA organization people, because this is a very small session for today. But before we end the show, I would like Shova ji to say a few words for our viewers.
Thank you. First, I would like to thank Rashmi, Bedi ji and entire team of, Mydream TV. And from my side personally, and my whole entire FIA members, we are so thankful. We always watch you guys. You are always a part of our community. Thank you so much. And what you guys are doing, amazing. You are spreading, like this is very important regarding FIA, like what we do, how we do, and we are always for community. We are always there. If anybody need help, anybody can reach out to our members, or volunteers can reach out to us. We are always there for everyone. We never differentiate, and we will try to bridge gap, like we say, with the government. Like Gaurav ji said, we have contacts with governor, senator. They are so happy, we are doing these services, though they are always in touch with us. So anything we need, we can help them.
Thank you so much, Shova ji. Thank you. So I would like to say a few words, Gaurav ji, before we end the show. Our viewers are really happy to watch this show today, and it was really very informative, and thanks for sharing a lot of information.
Sure, thank you. So for all the viewers, means again, just to reiterate what we have already mentioned, we are not organizations of a particular community or region, religion, or particular agenda. We are the generic organization representing only the best interest of the community and bringing Indian and American community together. So we are trying to build a big building, and we all are the foundation stones. We are just work underground. Nobody sees the foundation. So Shova ji, Deepak ji, and Abhishek ji, all these people whoever are working, we are just building the foundation. So in someday we will have a big building which everybody will see and appreciate. Other people, I request all of them to reach to our website fianewengland.org and try to connect to us. We have lots of volunteer opportunities. Bring your kids. They also need to learn how to give to the society, how to connect to other people, and how to find joy in giving the things. So this is something, if they learn at the young age, giving something to somebody can be a joy that is going to improve their mental health and their social standing in a big way, and they can achieve a lot more things, because all kids know how to take stuff, how to take candy, how to take stuff from them, but we will teach them how to give and how it is going to improve their lives. So that's my message. Please try to connect to us, and it will be mutually beneficial to all of us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Gaurav ji. It was great having you with us today. Thank you so much. Deepak ji, I would like you to say a few words for our viewers.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Rashmi ji, for having us. What I would say to everyone, all the viewers, especially the Indian diaspora, you all are our ambassadors. Whenever you go, people are watching you and they feel like this is what you are, is what our country is. So whenever you go, whenever you talk to people, you need to always remember that you are representing your country, culture, community. Always keep that up. Have good faith in your country. Good or bad could be there. Nothing is perfect, but at least we are better in some way and getting better. So have trust, have faith, and then as an organization, what I can say is, as a community service members, we would like to. We always need volunteers and we always need help. So whenever you want to reach us, we are always there. You're always welcome.
Thank you so much, Deepak ji. Thank you, Shova ji, and thank you, Gaurav ji, once again for spreading so much of happiness and positivity. Thank you so much. It was great having all of you with us today. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Yeah.
Thank you.